We're on in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, Paisan? I'm Dan Sestrino, and welcome to the first ever episode of Ces Says. We'll be talking about 2013 Fantasy Football League. What's up, Hendry? As 2012 ended off with Rob Kerins and the Evil Empire winning $1,200 from the other 11 players and keeping 2 top 10 keepers. It was a lot of trouble for everybody else going into the offseason, but hold tight, fans. He did not prevail in 2013, but more to come on that. Let's start with the draft. Ooh, that's good. So let's go back in time now to August 24th. Commissioner Scherer had set up a big event at Butterfield 8 where we had all 12 people participate in the live draft. Zach was able to phone in, and Andrew Iger drafted from a different country. But hook or by crook, we got it done. We voted on some new rules going forward, but eventually we got to the draft. So we thought it was a good idea, Ces Says Production, to send a camera crew down and ask these players a couple questions. Now, keep in mind, it's now January 2014, so hindsight is 87, or 2020. But let's roll the clip. When we asked our players who had the best team, how did they answer?
Besides Kerins.
Besides Kerins.
Besides Karen.
Besides myself.
Best team besides us.
Best team in my eyes?
I honestly think White might have the best team here.
Dan White. Nice hands.
He's got 2 starting running backs, so including Stephen Ridley.
Dan White. Nice hands.
He's got a very deep wide receiver core, anchored by Dwayne Bowe.
Ugly hands.
A very complete overall team.
In all honesty, I think the best team is Iger.
Has to be Iger, right? Has to be Iger.
Even though he wasn't here for the draft, he had very safe picks. And
It's Iger. He's got a 3 pick.
he knows what he's doing. He got the right, he got the right player at every position.
I think the coach has the best draft,
My team is by far the best team in this draft.
Ed Scherer's team is gonna be good.
I think Zach Wilson's got the best team in this draft.
Cess, not that I'm trying to suck up to you, but I love your team.
Kaepernick late? I don't know. Commissioner's always got some tricks up his sleeve. Matt Ryan, Marshawn Lynch, Cecil Shorts as the keeper.
And very impressive behind that on the wide receiver core.
The ear of
Skanky hands.
It's a wonderful ear.
You know, he's coaching 8-7.
Shit just got Israel. 2 for Iger, 1 for Zach? Amazing. They didn't even show up to the draft. All right, next question we asked was, why are things going to be different this year?
This year's going to be different from last year. This year's going to be different.
This year is going to be different for me for 2 primary reasons.
Because this year I'm going to make the playoffs. You know why?
I have the top 2 players at their respective positions in Calvin Johnson and Jimmy Graham.
Because I finally have a quarterback to put up numbers for me. I got Ray Ray, baby. Hey, Ray Ray. Hey, Ray Ray. Hey, Ray Ray.
Matt Ryan, 5th.
I thought it was an absolute steal.
And follow that up with 2 very promising starting running backs in Eddie Lacy and Giovanni Bernard.
I like the fact that I got guys that haul in passes. I got Witten, he's good for 10 a game.
The team I think is Mr. John Tabor, who has the worst team.
I'm not gonna win the Super Bowl this year. My team sucks.
I mean, he took 2 quarterbacks. 2 quarterbacks. Wow, what a reach. Eli Manning in the 8th, and he kept RG3 7th. What are you doing? Of course I'm going to win again. We're going to win. 2 top 5 wide receivers, the best tight end in football, 2 top 5 running backs.
Kerins ever shut the fuck up?
The person who went way too early was Eddie Lacy for a 3rd rounder.
I can care less where my team finishes as long as I beat Rob Kerry's this year. Thank you.
My bold prediction for the season is
My bold prediction was
Jordy Nelson.
really Steven Jackson.
Taken in the 4th round, I expect to go for 1,300 to 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns.
But I really like Steven Jackson. Atlanta runs a lot in the red zone. A lot. And Steven Jackson is the clear #1 running back there. I know he's older, but this guy's going to get the carries in the red zone. So,
Wait! The only person there that got something right was the waitress. Next question was, who was the reach of the draft, or who went too early?
The reach of this year's draft?
To me, it's an embarrassment that Ben Jarvis Green Ellis went in the 4th round.
It's gotta be the law firm. He went way too early.
He'll be bagging groceries in 2 weeks.
I really think that Houston defense went entirely too early. Way too early? Eddie Lacy.
The idiot who drafted Reggie Wayne.
I think it was a little unconventional by Jude to draft a kicker in the 12th round.
Cleveland? Harvard? What the fuck is that?
Did you see how early MJD went? He went in the 1st round above AJ Green, above Des Bryant, above Brandon Marshall.
But this year, I think he stretched even more.
Hands down, too early.
And on the other side, we asked, who went too late, or who was the steal of the draft?
The steal of the draft.
I think the steal of the draft, to be honest.
Can we include keepers on this?
The steal of this year's draft?
I honestly think the steal of the draft.
I'm gonna tell you something about a steal.
Steal of the draft. Lamar Miller. Done.
Much as it pains me to say this, Mr. CJ Spiller.
Season shorts, 10th round, kid. Anaquan Bolden later in the draft?
It was Chris Ivory in the 5th round.
Gotta be Le'Veon Bell.
I like Vernon Davis. He was taken in the 6th round.
He's going to show some wide receiver 2 value soon. You wait and see.
Probably for a 4th or 5th round value. I expect him to go about 1,000 yards, flirting with double-digit touchdowns.
Tony Romo in the 8th round of the fucking draft?
I think it was Romo.
Fucking steal.
I had Romo last year.
I couldn't believe Michael Vick fell all the way down to where he did.
Steal.
Everyone had a quarterback, and we knew Karras was just sleeping on him, and we knew it, and we couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Percy Harvin and Marcus Lattimore. I mean, you can make the case that both of them could be 2nd, 3rd round picks next year.
Percy Harvin, motherfucker!
I was going to take him the next pick.
Plays 14 games. He sits out at 1, 2, maybe. Puts up 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, catches 45 passes, pops another 2 for receiving touchdowns.
I kind of like Jacquizz Rodgers, man. I don't know, that Steven Jackson I don't trust.
Honestly, we think Steven Jackson's going to go down early, that 30-year-old motherfucker. And you know who's going to step up? Jacquizz. Jacquizz. Say it.
Never happened. So we got 12 confident players, 6 playoff spots. This is the 5th year of the league, and everyone knows we're playing for. You get $300 for 2nd place, but there can only be
one champion.
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 One champion! 2 champion!
Bro. One champion. That's it.
Only one fucking champion.
So everybody had their team set in stone. The only thing left to do was play it out, and let's see if we can recap the entire 2013 season in the fastest 2 minutes. Okay, 2013 fantasy football season, a whole bunch happened. I'm going to try to sum this up as quick as I can for everybody, maybe doing my best Chris Berman impression here. But let's go back, let's play some old clips, and let's go all the way back in time to this.
I can't wait for this. Let's go.
Okay, way too far back in time. Let's go back to August 24th, 2013, Draft Day.
Hello, fellow Fantasy League members. I would also like to invite you to watch my continued domination of this league this year, en route to the first ever dynasty.
And the trash talk had begun.
Very cocky Karens going into the season, and our players did not back down from the challenge.
Everyone, welcome to the draft. It's late August. It's draft day. It's year 5. It's great to be here.
So all our players gathered at Butterfield 8, had a whole bunch of fun, couple tattoos along the way, and at the end took a shot to the season.
Thanks everyone for coming out today. Hey, it was a good draft.
Everybody with Zach.
Now I can't remember exactly what Commissioner Sheriff said, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of, "To anybody that can beat Karens deserves $1,200. To anybody but Karens."
So Umanoff came out of the draft with easily the best team in the league. Even White was impressed.
What the fuck?
And Bo decided to do a trade. And Bo decided to do another trade. And Bo decided to do even another trade. Let's talk a little bit about trades this year, because I thought there were more trades this year than any other year we've ever had. Just to name a few, we had Marshawn Lynch, Spiller, DeMarco Murray, Reggie Bush, T.Y. Hilton, Larry Fitz, Victor Cruz, Frank Gore, Torrey Smith, Gronk, Phillip Rivers, Brady was traded, and the draft picks. Who could forget the draft picks? Bo traded 4 different picks, Karens traded 4 different picks. It was crazy.
Now Doug Martin had gotten hurt, and C.J. Spiller wasn't the guy we all thought he would be.
We need to take advantage of this shit. Oh shit.
Oh. Even with the trades, Iger put Breeze on the block, Swikata put Peterson on the block. Those trades fell through. So it came down to the playoffs. Umanoff was the 1 seed, Bo was the 2 seed. They both got the byes.
So in the first round, Battle of the Dams, Ces outscores White in a shootout, and Swikata gets eliminated from the playoffs by Karens again, consecutive years. Frustrating. With Umanoff and Bo coming off the bye, they simply do not put up enough points to beat their counterparts, as Ces advances to face Karens, the league villain and returning champion, who puts up an embarrassing 85 points in the finals.
And I reigned victorious over the 2012 Fantasy Football Champion, and there was only one thing left to do.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am.
Celebrating on Wilson Avenue, and that'll wrap up 2013. Unless anybody has something else they want to add.
I actually can't believe what I just saw.
Not now.
It's like no one here has worked on TV before.
Okay, so not everybody liked the pilot episode. Until 2014, I'm Danny Ces, and that's what I'm saying.